So, as you may or may not know, depending if you watched my previous video on this, but I've been watching a new Yu-Gi-Oh series that Konami Animation has made. They've been making it for 2 years now. It's the Yu-Gi-Oh Chronicles, which doesn't have anything to do with the original series. Well, actually, it has everything to do with the original series of Yu-Gi-Oh! But there's no Yugi, there's no Joey, there's no Kaiba. What it deals with the duel monsters having their own problems in their own world, which is really fun to watch. I did not expect to enjoy this show as much as I did. Recently, I've talked about the series Magistus, which is still going on right now, which is really good. But I just watched the entire series, The Fallen and the Virtuous, and I just gotta talk about that series, because with how good it was, I can't leave alone not talking about it. Like, I need someone to talk about it with, so that's why I'm making this video. The animation and the music to this particular series of The Fallen and the Virtuous is just incredible, man. Like, it opens up onto this city with just this intense music playing. Like, it's music you would expect to be from the anime Death Note, but it's put into this anime, and it's just crazy how it opens up. We open up with, like, I want to say, like, this cult of these just priests, and they're saying, like, oh God, please give us your powers, please let us know what enemies that we need to strike down, who should we let enter into thy eternal kingdom. And it's crazy, like, the whole topic is those who are the followers of God, like the religious people who have their own religion that they believe is the one true path, and what people should be condemned. It's super crazy. It's a topic that I would expect Konami to bring into Yu-Gi-Oh! But how the story progresses, it completely works, which is really cool. So the main character, she's like this little girl named Eccelstia, and I guess, like, she's considered the chosen one of this religion because she has this mark on her forehead. I guess that, like, signifies her holiness or something. But she's like, at this one point, after this whole meeting, chant thing, whatever this religion is doing, she's just sitting out on her balcony, and it's cool seeing, like, the city, just the cult with their people just walking through the city, how it gives vibes of old Roman times, and like old kind of Attack on Titan vibes as well. It's really cool to see. But her sister joins her on the balcony, and they're just talking, and Eccelstia, she's just like, I don't really think this religion really knows that much about who's worthy to go see God again and who's gonna be condemned to go to hell. I think that there's gonna be a time in the world where we can all be just judged on the actions, and that's what I'm hoping for one day. And her sister, she's kinda gives her a look like, girl, are you crazy? But her sister just says, Eccelstia, you are so naive, but you're kind, and that's why this leader of this religion just sees you as a Holy Spirit. And so, like, the sisters are just having this bonding moment on the balcony. Then then the city is invaded by this creature that comes from the sky, which her sister takes off to fight. And we kind of think maybe the sister was killed off right when she was fighting the creature, because the creature crashes to the ground. So Eccelstia, she goes to see what it was. Turns out to be a boy. And that's how the first episode ends. It's like, come on! These episodes are so short, and they end on such cliffhangers. Why? But it's pretty great. So, the second part of this series opens up pretty intense. Like, it opens up with her sister that fought the creature. She's still in the air. She's going to investigate what happened, why is the city under attack, where she's attacked by this other flying monster. Well, it's just a guy in armor, and it's a super intense air fight, man. I mean, there's like shooting going on, there's swords clashing, they each break each other's helmets so you can see each of their faces. And meanwhile, on the ground, Eccelstia, who went to go see the creature, like other priests, they come to investigate. And then we have these bandits that are on the ground, and we get this whole fight thing where the bandits are fighting the priests because, like, the priests think they're super above everyone else. Those bandits are considered outcasts. So we get this battle going on, and the priests, they want to eliminate the boy who became the creature, and the Eccelstia, she refuses to let the boy be destroyed. So, like, the priest is going to destroy Eccelstia, and the symbol on Ecclestia's face shoots out to the priest, and to avoid Eccelstia getting hurt, the boy stands in the middle of the blast, and he gets knocked out. But first, actually, he doesn't get knocked out. He, like, becomes this dragon thing, and that's how that episode ends, which is crazy, because it's just like Ecclestia's sister is fighting this man that's just as skilled as her out in the air, and we're having these bandits fight these priests. So it's like a war between heaven and hell going on, basically, with this little boy becoming another creature. Like, I never saw Yu-Gi-Oh! As a religious show, but this story arc that it's taking with Fallen and Virtuous, it is freaking amazing, man, and I love it. So with part 3, the battle is still going on with the bandits that are the outcast, and the priest, and the boy who became the demon. Like, and the whole sky battle's still going on with Ecclestia's sister and the other dude. And there's one point, like, the sister is totally beating up the other guy, and she's about to kill him, but she gets this, like, telepathic message to fall back, which she does. There's no, like, explanation to that. I kind of wish there was. But with that as well, the other priests decide to fall back instead of killing the demon that the boy is turned into. And Ecclestia, she's, like, passed out from the symbol on her forehead, shooting that beam toward the priest. And the other dude that was fighting the sister, he landed, and he's just like saying to the other bandits that it's time to fall back. This battle may not have been won by us, but we have damaged their numbers, yet they have damaged ours as well. We gotta fall back. And one of the bandits asks this guy, what are they gonna do with Ecclestia and the boy that, he was the dragon, but he's gone back to being a normal boy? And the guy's just like, we're gonna take them with us. And that's, so, after that, like, they wake up in the bandit's cap, and Ecclestia has no idea what's going on, and it's revealed that somehow, like, I think it's like a telepathic form, that she's been banished from that city where she came from because she tried to attack a priest and for defending the boy. And the boy, he just says, well, they don't say anything, but the bandits tell them that there's a group that they should look for since they can't go back to the city. They're treasure hunters, and they actually might really be able to help out Ecclestia and this boy. And that's really cool. Like, I totally get Lord of the Rings vibes at this point, because Ecclestia and this boy, they're like traveling through the desert, they're traveling through this forest, and then at this one point, they're like under this skeleton of this one creature. I am assuming it's another dragon. And Ecclestia asks what the boy's name is, and the boy's just like, I don't have one. Why don't you give me one? And Eccelstia names him Albaz. So he's like the Yu-Gi-Oh card, the Fallen Albaz. It's pretty cool that everything, like, of course it's dual monsters in the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but it's so cool to see their world, what these creatures go through before being played into the human world. It's pretty awesome. So Albaz and Eccelstia, they're going through this desert and they're trying to find the treasure hunters, where they're attacked by these robots, and they end up being captured by these robots, and we meet, they're on this, like, taken onto this airship, and we meet my favorite character of this show, which is Kit, the mechanic of the ship. She's like asking where they're going, who they are, what they're doing, and they find out that Eccelstia and Albaz, they find out that they're the treasure hunters, and to stay on the ship, they have to prove themselves worthy. So we get this montage of Eccelstia and Albaz working on the ship, cleaning up after the treasure hunters, working with these robots, and there's this fun scene where they have this race through the desert to see who can get to the treasure first. It's really fun. During their treasure hunt, the entire group, like Albaz, Eccelstia, and the treasure hunters, they're attacked by this demon of the desert, and Albaz actually becomes like this fire dragon, which is really cool to fight this beast, and I love it because Eccelstia is going after Albaz to calm him down. Kit goes after Eccelstia, and Kit gets knocked out, and I love it because, like, Kit, like, even the anime does this, like, thing that Pokemon did, where someone's knocked unconscious, like, they have the swirling eyes. That's what Kit has, which is kind of funny. Anyway, like, Albaz in his dragon form, he defeats the beast of the desert, and we got these 3 people that randomly show up, and they're planning to kill Albaz in his dragon form, but Eccelstia is able to, like, calm Albaz down, and we get this scene from the very first How to Train Your Dragon thing, in my opinion, when Hiccup first is training Toothless, how she just reaches out her hand and Albaz, like, he calms down from his fire form to a normal looking dragon. Anyway, like, Albaz stays in his dragon form for some reason, and they still party around with the treasure hunters. They have this feast, and Albaz flies off with Eccelstia on his back. The treasure hunters send off fireworks, they wave goodbye to him, and that's how the show ends. Like, it's crazy. I guess they're gonna go off on more adventures, so since Eccelstia has been banished from her home, and Albaz is just gonna stay with her. But I love it. It's a fun story of just adventure, heaven and hell, good versus evil, Lord of the Rings-like feeling to it at the end, along with the How to Train Your Dragon feeling to it. I thought it was a really fun Yu-Gi-Oh! Adventure. Like, this is really coming up as one of my favorite animes of all time to watch. Just because different archetypes and different stories to watch, it makes it a good time. So yeah, that is the entire story of the Fallen and the Virtuous. A definitely not Yu-Gi-Oh! Type story that I was expecting. It definitely felt kind of a Lord of the Rings-ish like style, both with good versus evil to it. And I just love the adventure story it had. Definitely, I really liked Fallen and Virtuous. Fun to watch. Like I said, I'm watching Magistus. The entire story of that isn't over. I think it's like on episode 3. But yeah, that one's a really good one too. Anyway, that's what I got for you guys. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you're interested in hearing my thoughts of what I thought about the first episode of Magistus so far, I'll leave a link to that video down below. Or if you want to see any more of my videos, just click on links right here or right here. Anyway guys, we'll see you next time. Have a good day.